The red diary controversy is exploding. Sacked Rajasthan minister waves a diary on the floor of the assembly.
इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने अपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के।
The sacked minister is making that sensational claim. He says the diary has details of money that was given to MLAs.
मैं सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों चर्चा करने देना नहीं चाहता।
The government says we are ready for a discussion on the issue of Manipur. Senior ministers extend an olive branch, but the logjam still continues in the parliament.
What is shocking is the insistence of the opposition parties to not allow facts to come to the fore.
There is sloganeering, there is protest despite the assurances from the government. The question everyone is asking, who then is trying to block a debate on a sensitive issue? The Rajya Sabha chair suspends the Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh for repeated protest on the floor of the House for the remaining session.
2 दिन के अंदर इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में इसकी दोबारा हियरिंग होने वाली है और 2 दिन में फिर से इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट ये कॉल देगी कि इसको रोकना है कि नहीं रोकना है। तो ये बहुत ही टेम्पररी इंटरिम इंजंक्शन है और इसकी फुल बहस इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में होगी।
The Supreme Court stays the ASI survey at the Gyanvapi for 2 days. It's also asked the Muslim side to approach the Allahabad High Court in the meantime. A very good evening. You're watching Republic and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. The story is about a red diary. The story is about a sacked minister. And the story, ladies and gentlemen, is also about the utter chaos right now in Ashok Gehlot's cabinet. And the BJP is sitting and watching. The BJP says, we told you so. There is corruption under Ashok Gehlot's regime. So the question everyone is asking, could this then be the tipping point as Rajasthan is preparing itself for a winter election? Now, even as we are talking of 2023, I just want to rewind to what happened in 2020. In 2020, you would recall, there was this entire crisis in the Rajasthan government. This is where Sachin Pilot, along with what he claims were about 18 to 19 MLAs, flies from Jaipur to Delhi. On the very next day, that is the 13th of July 2020, the Income Tax Department conducts a raid at the residences and offices of 2 people. Now, who really are these 2 people? Their names are Dharmendra Rathod, the other is Rajiv Arora. Both of them very, very, very close to Ashok Gehlot. Now, these searches were done at several locations, not just in Delhi, not just in Mumbai, but also at multiple places that happened in the state of Rajasthan. This includes Kota, this includes Jaipur. The charges were of tax evasion. And during these raids, then Congress leader Rajendra Guda had taken out a red diary. Now, who really is this man, Rajendra Guda? You might think you haven't heard of this man for the last many, many years. Suddenly, everyone is talking about him. Now, he is the man that we'll put the images of in just a moment out on your screens. But on the left of the screens, you're looking at Gehlot's close aide who was raided, Dharmendra Rathod and Rajiv Arora, the 2 men that I mentioned. And the right is the image that has just come in from earlier today, where this man called Rajendra Guda actually flashes bits of that red diary that you just saw on your screens. Let's also put our images of the man called Rajendra Guda, who today is a sacked Congress MLA, also on our screens. Now, he talks about this red diary. 3 years after the entire incident, this red diary has come back to haunt the Gehlot government. This red diary, now this is what Rajendra Gouda is claiming. He says that this has details of irregular financial transactions of the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, of people connected to him. This mentions the money that changed hands, and all this was done to ensure that Ashok Gehlot was able to save his government in 2020. Now, this sacked minister also goes on to say that this diary was actually written by Gehlot's aide Dharmendra Rathod, and that it has accounts worth about 500 crores in the diary. All these are allegations that are being made by the man called Rajendra Gouda. And like I said, whether this is the truth or not, you're looking at a good amount of politics that already has ensued on the entire case. The man every day is almost holding a press conference, flashing that red diary in his hand. He says, I wanted to present this earlier in the assembly. I was not allowed to. All this began when just days ago, he actually goes on to question Ashok Gehlot on the law and order situation and the safety of women in Rajasthan when he gets sacked. And since then, he has been launching these full frontal attacks against the sitting chief minister. So how has the politics in the state played out? Just earlier today, I spoke to the former minister and the BJP MP, Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod, on why he believes this possibly could be a tipping point in Rajasthan politics. Rajendra Gouda and his red diary, what possibly does it contain? That's a question everyone is asking, and so is the former union minister and a BJP MP, Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod ji, who's joining us on the broadcast right now. Rathod ji, thank you so much for speaking to us on Republic. How do you see this story? You know, what are the legitimate questions today people should be asking?
Okay.
What does this red diary contain?
All right, so let's look at things very factually. The story is well known that there was an agency which was raiding one of the Congress MLAs or ministers, or no, he is a very important person, supposedly the right-hand man of Gehlot Sahab. Now, when agencies were raiding his house, there was only one person who could sort of break in that curfew, go in and extract this very important document. And that person was Rajendra Gouda. At that point of time, Ashok Gehlot's blue-eyed boy, he was the one who was chosen, and in a very heroic way, he went in and extracted that diary from there. In fact, Ashok Gehlot Sahab at some one point of time commented, that you should be a Hollywood hero for doing that. Now, the same person, obviously, so obviously this diary is very important to Gehlot Sahab. And we also know that in Rajasthan, there's been, for the last 4.5 years, there's been massive amounts of corruption. And let this not be because I'm from BJP. This has been stated by their own MLAs who are in Congress. They are the ones who've written letters to the chief minister, for example, saying that the mafia for mining is your mafia minister himself. Now, we also know that in Rajasthan, there's been a record number of paper leaks, 16 times. And these paper leaks, apart from destroying lives of about 60 to 70 lakh youth, let's not talk about that. Let's focus on the corruption right now. So this, all these papers that are being leaked out were going to certain academies being run by, obviously, children of certain ministers. So there's a whole scam going on in Rajasthan. Thirdly, to maintain, the only thing that they've successfully been able to do in Rajasthan is to maintain their chief ministership, and for that Ashok Gehlot gave a free hand to all his MLAs. They do what you want, just keep your integrity with me, so that the chief ministership is maintained. And so therefore there was massive amounts of loot and corruption going on in Rajasthan. So perhaps this red diary now has details of all the money that was paid to the senior leadership of Congress, people in AICC, perhaps so that Gehlot Sahab's ascendancy and his importance remains over the other rivals. It could also have details of, for example, the money, the 1 kg of gold and many crores of rupees that was found in the secretariat itself. Obviously, it was meant to go somewhere. The election campaigns that Rajasthan has been funding from the ill-gotten money, maybe the details are there. Rajendra Gouda, I just heard, also said that in 1992 there was a very, very sorry case wherein about 250 girls of class 11th and 12th were raped over a period of time. They were blackmailed into it. Some of them committed suicide. I believe there's a movie coming out on that, in which Congress office bearers were involved. Everybody knows that. The first reporter who got that story out was killed in the hospital the second time, since he didn't die with the first attempt. It was Congress office bearers. I believe some of the office bearers, some of those people involved in that are ministers today in Rajasthan Congress cabinet. So obviously this red diary is the Bahi Khata, the whole record of all the corruption that Congress has done.
Now, you are saying, Mr. Rathod, that this is the Bahi Khata of the Congress's corruption. I do remember corruption is that one issue that got the Congress down badly, especially the UPA2 government. Now, going ahead, you're looking at a winter election in the state of Rajasthan. Now, tell me something, how big is this issue of corruption, particularly when it comes to Ashok Gehlot and this alleged diary? And can this man who says, I have a lot of secrets, I know about this red diary, he's flashing this red diary, can he be really taken on face value, considering he's speaking only after he's sacked?
Yes, he is speaking only after he is sacked, but he is the one person who saved the Congress government when they went into minority about 2 years ago. He was the one who got about 6 MLAs on the side of the Congress and saved the Congress government. So he's also one of their saviors. He's also the one who has extracted this diary. So he's an important man. And that is the reason he was made a minister. Now, you asked me a question about corruption and what is happening in Rajasthan and will that affect the elections. Now, for the 4.5 years, there's been no development of Rajasthan. For example, for the youth, I mentioned that, there have been massive amounts of paper leaks happening. Leave aside the unemployment guarantee which the Congress government gave in the manifesto. Leave aside that, even that was not available, but the paper leaks were happening. The farmers were promised that their loans would be waived off in 10 days. Very dramatically, again, if you remember, 1 to 10 and 10 days, your loan waiver will be waived off. All of that has not happened. Look at the case of women in Rajasthan. Rajasthan has the highest number of rape cases in the entire country for the last 3 years.
So this is just a part of that entire conversation where the former union minister is taking on Ashok Gehlot and the charges that have been made so far against him. And remember, not the very first time that you're talking of corruption and the Congress, that too from the state of Rajasthan. Let's also get in Rohan Somen Mitra, who's a political analyst. He joins us right now on the broadcast. And in fact, we were also waiting to be joined by Rajendra Singh Rathod, the LOP in the state of Rajasthan, but he apparently, Rohan, has decided not to be a part of the show at the last hour. But the BJP is making this very clear. Corruption is going to be that one talking point, Rohan, in the state of Rajasthan, and somewhere Ashok Gehlot cannot be quiet. There are charges of money exchanging hands, and it's not him, just him. Remember, Sachin Pilot had also spoken against corruption in the Rajasthan government, so it became a Congress versus Congress battle. Now, even this minister who's been sacked, Rohan, he's raising certain very uncomfortable questions. Why is Ashok Gehlot quiet?
Deepti, I could not hear the entire conversation you had with Mr. Rathod because the line got disconnected. Little bits and pieces which I picked up upon. First and foremost, he was complaining about the fact that, the Congress MLAs of Rajasthan had previously accused its own government and complained to Mr. Gehlot of corruption. Well, I don't think that's true because even when Sachin Pilot went on his yatra across the state, his major issues were against Mr. Ms. Vasundhara Raje, who was the chief minister under BJP. So Mr. Rathod got that fact completely wrong. Coming back to the minister who has been sacked by Mr. Rathod. See, by Mr. Gehlot, let's be very honest here. The issue started off with, Mr. Gehlot, sorry. The issue started off with the women, as soon as the Manipur video became viral, the BJP tried to, completely swing the matter off from Manipur, where the Prime Minister was ashamed and the opposition wanted the Prime Minister to speak in the Parliament. From there, the topic became no. In Rajasthan, the amount of rapes which are happening are much more. And today, what we're seeing is a completely different charge because they know the fact that, in Rajasthan, whatever whenever there's a crime against a woman has happened, the government in the state has taken the matter up. They have arrested the criminals. They have found out who the criminals are. They are the ex-ABP, the people linked with the BJP. They are the prime accused in the cases, heinous Jodhpur cases. Let me finish. So now it has become about the red diary.
No, Rohan.
First of all, Mr. Rathod was saying...
You want to sidestep my question. No, one second.
I'm not sidestepping.
This is not about, what Rajavardhan Singh Rathod has said. No, I want to begin from the crux that you're avoiding right now, Rohan. You're saying that this minister who's now sacked was trying to talk of, women's safety on the floor of the assembly, and he then said we can talk about Manipur later. Now tell me something. Why did Ashok Gehlot sack this minister when he tried to show the mirror to Ashok Gehlot, who today is the chief minister of Rajasthan, that apparently Rohan tops in the NCRB data on crime against women? That is all that I'm asking. If everything is fine, Ashok Gehlot has nothing to get scared of, people will ask, that why did he sack his minister when he tried to show him the mirror?
Dipti, Ashok Gehlot has nothing to be scared of. It's like 4.5 years. He's led a fantastic government. It's opposition, and the opposition, the BJP has every right
why did he sack Rajendra Gudha?
Why did the BJP sack 3 chief ministers in Uttarakhand? Isn't it the prerogative of the party? Isn't it the prerogative of the chief minister?
But you are the BJP, Rohan. You are the BJP.
No, we are the BJP, but it's a strategic decision. If the chief minister, who's the leader of the party in the state, and if he's got the high command's permission, if you've seen
what is strategic, Rohan? Let's begin from there. Rohan, let's begin to unravel the story, because that's exactly the problem. What is strategic about sacking a minister who's talking about women's safety? What is strategic about it?
He was talking about women's safety 2 days back. Today he's talking about corruption, about a red diary. So you see, the minister is playing to the BJP's cards. The accusation against him is that he's aiding the BJP. He's trying to help the BJP build up a narrative against the state government.
Okay, even if I take your charge, Rohan, on face value, who gave that opportunity to the BJP? Who gave that opportunity? Because Rajendra Gudha was a part of the Rajasthan cabinet. Had Ashok Gehlot not sacked him, perhaps, he would have not exposed him. Now, when he's exposing Ashok Gehlot, he clearly has to explain himself, no? Because once you're in the cabinet, you get privy to a lot of decisions. And he's saying that I was the one that the chief minister called during 2020 when there was this huge political crisis in Rajasthan. And he told him, ki Gudha saab, jaakar wo red diary lekar aiye.
No, that's fine. You're taking his words as the gospel truth. No problem. The matter has come up today.
So Ashok Gehlot needs to respond. No one is taking anyone's word on face value.
That's
but Rohan, aren't these important questions that you also would have asked had this story, come in from the BJP camp? Let's be very reasonable about it.
Absolutely. I am taking your word on it that, the accusation first became about women's safety. Today, all of a sudden, the man went with the red diary to the assembly, where the speaker of the assembly picked up on it, and he said, no, there's a time and place for the discussion. And if the accusations have any this thing, he should go to the ED, he should go to the CBI, he should go to the income tax, he should go to the, the home ministry. If there is any, you just said, the whole ploy was, this man, he was the one who was saving the Rajasthan government 2 years ago. So why wasn't the ED and the CBI and, all these institutions which the BJP talks about 2 years ago, when this man was saving the Rajasthan government, if there was any corruption, if there was any illegality which happened during that time, why didn't these guys pick him up that time?
Why is Ashok Gehlot quiet? Rohan,
Ashok Gehlot can answer in 2 days.
You are raising questions, obviously, because you realize that you are on the defensive today. Rohan, why is Ashok Gehlot quiet? He can hold a press conference. He calls himself a jadugar, no?
Absolutely.
He can hold a press conference. He can say this is the truth. If Rajendra Gudha has any evidence or proof that this diary contains such and such things as he's alleging, he should make the diary public. That's an open challenge that he should give to Rajendra Gudha. Why is he letting Rajendra Gudha to play to the galleries like this? As you are alleging, he possibly has got a deal with the BJP.
Yeah, so let me answer this. It's not even been 12 hours. You're asking the chief minister of the state to go on have a press conference about an accusation which has not even gone for 12 hours, from going from women's safety to a red diary. when the BJP is asking these questions. The BJP hasn't spoken about Manipur for 70 odd days. It hasn't spoken about any of his decisions earlier. You're asking the CM of the state. Not even 12 hours has passed. You want him to answer?
But
Maybe
this is
he'll
not
answer,
the
or maybe
BJP
he'll not
speaking.
answer.
No, Rohan,
Maybe
there is a
he'll
basic
go to
difference.
the people.
He'll
answer to the people.
There is a
of
basic
Rajasthan.
difference, Rohan. This man is still a part of the Congress. The man who's a sacked minister is still a part of the Congress. It is the Congress versus the Congress in Rajasthan. It is not the BJP. The BJP comes in much later. That's what I'm saying. That Ashok Gehlot today needs to counter the charges that someone who is in the cabinet once is making.
Dipti, I buy into your argument that this is a Congress internal problem. So let the party, everything cannot be played out in the public domain. If there is a party, there is a high command, there is there is a chief minister, there is a PCC president, there is a, in charge of the state. They will take their time and they will answer. You cannot expect them to answer at, in not even 12 hours. Give them some time.
Are you worried? I am not a stakeholder in Rajasthan politics or politics for that matter, Rohan. But tell me something. Does this not bother you? This could become a huge tipping point for the winter elections. Then we'll also get the BJP's response, Rohan, quickly. Aren't you worried?
That's Dipti, the BJP is not at all organized in Rajasthan. They do not have issues to fight upon. So they are looking at issues, and I'll take it for granted that, that we've given them an issue which they can talk about. But end of the day, it is not going to work out because the BJP doesn't even have a leader who's going to be their face in Rajasthan. Okay. So right now, the Congress is united.
So you say the BJP is wanting to obfuscate from the problems in their own backyard, and this is the reason why they have propped up someone like a Rajendra Guda. Let's get in Rajendra Singh Rathod, the LOP in Rajasthan, who's now with us. Rohan, I think it's important to listen to him also. He's just joined us. Rathod sir, thank you, sir, for speaking to us on Republic. We were really waiting to hear from you for some time now. Now, tell me something. Why don't you begin with this response that has come in, sir, from the Congress, who says that you are propping up Rajendra Guda. क्या आप राजेंद्र गुड़ा का इस्तेमाल कर अपनी राजनीति साधने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, सर, राजस्थान में?
देखिए, राजेंद्र गुड़ा वो शख्सियत है जो बहुजन समाज पार्टी से जीते और अशोक गहलोत के इतने पसंदीदा थे कि अपने 6 साथियों के साथ उन्होंने फ्लोर क्रॉस किया। गहलोत साहब ने उनके बच्चे के जन्मदिवस पर जाकर कहा कि अगर गुड़ा तुम नहीं होते तो मेरी सरकार नहीं बसती। इतने खास आदमी को अगर मैं साथ लेता हूं तो इसमें मेरी बहुत बड़ी कामयाबी मानी जाए। मैं समझता हूं कि ये कपोल कल्पित बातें करके कांग्रेस बच नहीं सकती। कांग्रेस ने पाप किया और गुड़ा खुद कहते हैं कि अशोक गहलोत ने उनको कहा कि ईडी की रेड चल रही है, धर्मेंद्र राठौड़ के यहाँ से एक लाल डायरी निकाल कर लाओ, और ये रामलाल जाट और धीरज गुजर जाकर लाते हैं। और उसी राजेंद्र गुड़ा ने मात्र बात तो यही कही थी ना कि राजस्थान में महिलाओं की हालत ठीक नहीं, इन्होंने बर्खास्त किया। और उसके बाद आज अगर उन्होंने बोलने देते तो कई बातें साफ हो जाती। उसके बाद वो मीडिया में उन्होंने जरूर अपनी बात कही, पर मैं ये कह सकता हूं कि जब खुद का साथी छोड़कर मंत्रिमंडल का सदस्य रहे, खुद के वो गुड़ा जी छोड़कर जाते, खुद ही के लोगों पर आरोप लगाते हैं। वो मेन कंपेनर थे जब ऑपरेशन लोटस चल रहा था। अशोक गहलोत कैंप के बड़े सिपाहीकार थे, बड़े सिपाही थे। अब आज वही उन्होंने जो बात सरकार पर कही, उसमें राजेंद्र राठौड़ कहां से आ गया?
लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग बात यह है, राठौड़ साहब, आपने ऑपरेशन लोटस का जिक्र कर दिया और आपने शायद ये मान लिया कि बीजेपी तब ये कोशिश कर रही थी कि किसी ना किसी तरह अशोक गहलोत की गवर्नमेंट को टॉपल किया जाए। तो पॉलिटिक्स में, रोहन, ऐसा ही होता है, कभी ना बातें खुलकर सामने आती है। लेकिन राठौड़ साहब, मुझे एक बात और बताइए। अब आप रोहन नहीं, प्लीज, आई हैव टू आस्क अनदर क्वेश्चन टू राठौड़ साहब, वी हैव लिमिटेड टाइम। रोहन प्लीज। राठौड़ जी, मुझे ये बताइए कि अगली बार सपोज भाजपा से कोई निकलता है, वो ऐसी एक लाल डायरी लेकर घूमता है, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करता है, कुछ भी एलिगेशन लगाता है, तो आप तो ये बोलेंगे कि उस डायरी में कुछ नहीं है, सब झूठ है, बदला लेने की कोशिश हो रही है। लेकिन जब कांग्रेस की बात आती है तो आप लोग जो भी अभी गुड़ा साहब कह रहे हैं उस सबको गॉस्पेल ट्रूथ मान रहे हैं, ऐसा कैसे? और ये बताइए ना, 2020 के बाद ना धर्मेंद्र राठौड़ पे ना राजीव अरोड़ा पे कोई भी एक्शन हुआ है?
देखिए, मेरी बात सुनिए आप। जब ये डायरी लेकर गुड़ा जी ने आरोप लगाया सरकार का दामन साफ होता, तो सरकार में बैठे लोग कहते हैं टेबल पर रखो डायरी और फिर हमें कहते हैं कि अब ये डायरी सदन की संपत्ति होगी, आओ बहस करें। अगर हमारे समय में कभी ऐसा होगा तो हम छुपेंगे नहीं, हम कहेंगे आओ बहस करते हैं, ताकि सारी बात साफ हो जाए। हम तो उस पार्टी के लोग हैं। अडवाणी जी का नाम किसी छोटी सी डायरी में लिखा पाया गया, वो भी पूरा नहीं। क्यों बच रहे हैं?
बिल्कुल, आपने जैन हवाला कांड की बात कर दी और तब का समय और तब की राजनीति राठौड़ साहब बहुत अलग थी। अब मुझे आखिर में सवाल ये बताइएगा सर, लिमिटेड टाइम है मेरे पास, आपको लगता है कि अशोक गहलोत को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए, अशोक गहलोत को सफाई भी देनी चाहिए? अगर जिस तरह के चार्जेस गुड़ा उनके ऊपर लगा रहे हैं, उसके बाद क्या मुख्यमंत्री बने रह सकते हैं अशोक गहलोत?
निश्चित तौर पर गहलोत साहब को आगे आकर ये कहना चाहिए और इस डायरी को सदन में रखकर इस पर बहस करानी चाहिए, क्योंकि डायरी की छिना झपटी में डायरी आज इस वक्त जब मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूं ट्रेजरी बेंचेज के पास है। मैं समझता हूं कि जब आप उनके जन्मदिवस पर, बच्चे के जन्मदिवस पर जाकर कहते हो कि आप नहीं होते तो मेरी सरकार नहीं होती, मैं आपका एहसानमंद हूं, और आज कहते हैं कि आप बिल्कुल दागी आदमी हो, दोनों बातें नहीं चलती।
ठीक है, समय की कमी है राठौड़ साहब, बट आई थिंक दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ अ ह्यूज पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोवर्सी, Rohan and Rathod साहब, in the state of Rajasthan. The story broken by Republic. We'll cover every angle to it. For the moment, I thank both of you for your time and your perspective, and we'll keep asking the question, what is in that red diary, as we quickly head into a break. Back on the other side with lots more.
Against the rising atrocities and crimes against women in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, the opposition also staged a protest demanding a discussion on Manipur in the parliament. There was a massive ruckus, sloganeering in both the houses.
भ्रष्टाचार हाँ बोलिए, हाँ बोलिए, बस बैठिए, आप मेरी मत कीजिए। नो, आप
विनम्रता के तहत एक छोटी सी बात रखने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं। शुरू के दिन से ही हम ये बोलते आ रहे हैं।
Was suspended from Rajya Sabha for the remaining duration of the monsoon session for repeatedly violating the directives of the chair. The sacking of Rajendra Singh Guda as Rajasthan minister has taken a new turn, with the MLA dropping hints of a red diary containing incriminating evidence details about CM Ashok Gehlot.
गहलोत साहब, वो डायरी का आधा पार्ट आपने आपके विधानसभा में गुंडागर्दी करके मेरे से छीन लिया, और आधा पार्ट मेरे पास अभी और है। इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे, जो लोगों ने आपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के, वो सारी चीजें अभी खुलासा मैं आगे भी करूंगा।
After he was evicted from the house on Monday, Staff Minister Rajendra Guda prevented from even entering the assembly building by house marshals. Last Friday, he was removed by Gehlot soon after he spoke of alleged assaults against women in the state. BJP leaders staged a protest at the Gandhi statue demanding answers from the Gehlot government over the rise in crime cases and atrocities against women in Rajasthan.
Rajasthan is asking, what are the black deeds in the red diary? The red diary that Gehlot ji wanted so desperately. The red diary about which Rajendra Guda is talking now. If there were black deeds of corruption of thousands of crores in Rajasthan, or the black deeds of saving criminals and rapists, which was done by Rajasthan government, only the person who was desperate for this diary knows what is there in this diary.
Meanwhile, in a development in the investigation into Manipur barbarism, Manipur police said that 14 people have been identified from a video of two women who were stripped and paraded. Police said that the action has been initiated to arrest them. Already 6 people have been arrested in this case. 2 months after Seema Haider entered India illegally, a similar case has surfaced. A married woman of Indian nationality, Anju, travelled to Pakistan from Delhi to meet Pakistani national. However, unlike Seema, who sneaked into India without any travel papers, Anju was granted entry into Pakistan by the authorities on the basis of a valid visa. A blast has been reported in a shop in Haryana's Yamunanagar, causing panic across the city. The police has begun an investigation. The cause behind the explosion is still being ascertained.
सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों मैं सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों चर्चा करने देना नहीं चाहता।
Government agrees for discussion on Manipur. Senior ministers extend olive branch, but logjam continues in Parliament.
What is shocking is the insistence of the opposition parties to not allow facts to come to the fore.
Sloganeering protest despite assurances from government. BJP says Congress deliberately stalling debate. Rajya Sabha chair suspends Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh for repeated protests on the floor of the House. Red diary controversy explodes. Sacked Rajasthan minister waves diary on the floor of the assembly.
इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने आपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के।
Once a Congress insider, ex-minister says the Red Diary is a record of Congress's corruption.
इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में इसकी दोबारा हियरिंग होने वाली है और 2 दिन में फिर से इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट ये कॉल लेगी कि इसको रोकना है कि नहीं रोकना है। तो ये बहुत ही टेम्पररी इंटरिम इंजंक्शन है और इसकी फुल बहस इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में होगी।
Supreme Court orders interim stay on ASI survey on Gyanvapi Muslim site to approach High Court. Very good evening. You're watching live and breaking at 6:30. I'm Suesha Samant. We begin this edition with some breaking news coming in from the state of Karnataka, as a gang based in Dubai has threatened Karnataka High Court judges. An extortion attempt that has been made, a complaint that has been lodged, and further investigation is underway. I straight away want to cut across to my colleague Prajwal, who's picking up more details on the same. Prajwal, what we're learning is that the threat was via WhatsApp message. Give us more details of what it entailed and how is this matter now being dealt with? Prajwal, can you hear me?
Of course, Suesha, this is just a breaking development which is coming in, but we'll also have to go through the contents of the FIR now, because this particular complaint has been lodged by the High Court PRO, Muralidhar, on the 12th of July itself, and the DCP of Central Division along with the Sen police station are going ahead and investigating this particular case, because 6 judges from the Karnataka High Court have now received death threats from a Dubai-based gang, is what the complainant has stated, and it is also being said that they have made a demand of rupees 50 lakh each from all the 6 of these judges, and also a Pakistan, also an account number of a Pakistan bank, which is the Allied Bank Limited from Pakistan, has also been given to these judges. And in the last, there is a threat which has been shared. It is in the form of a WhatsApp conversation as well, and to quote it, the threatening message is that ye India mein hamara aapka shooter hai. So this is something which is very alarming as well, because we are not speaking about any common citizen in the state of Bengaluru or in the state of Karnataka. We are speaking about sitting High Court judges in the state of Karnataka as well. So this is a massive security breach in itself, because even their numbers are also not available on any sort of public forums as well, and these are more of their personal numbers too. So how did these criminals go ahead and get the numbers of the High Court judges as well, is something that needs to be seen. At this point of time, the FIR has been registered under sections 504, 506, 507, and also under the IT Act as well, and the police are investigating into it. They had kept this under the wraps and also very confidential, because of the fact that they wanted to make sure whether these threats were real or not. But once they have cross-checked the account number, they have finally realized that it belongs to a bank in Pakistan as well. And now the cops are going ahead and looking at it, and they're also trying to go ahead and look as to where this particular call has been placed from, whether it was a domestic call or whether it was an international call. If it was an international call, whether the call was made from Dubai or whether the call was made from Pakistan is also being taken into consideration. But all in all, this has definitely sent a lot of shockwaves across the judiciary in the state of Karnataka as well. And this seems like the Karnataka cops are taking this on the top of priority as well. And we will have to go ahead and get in a reaction from the Home Minister of Karnataka, Dr. G. Parmeshwara, in this regard.
Absolutely, Prajwal. For the moment, I want to thank you for getting us all these details. Of course, awaiting a reaction from the Karnataka Home Minister on this. Extremely shocking. Judges receiving threat messages from a Dubai-based gang, and like you're telling us that a Pakistan link that has also been drawn. We'll keep coming back to you as the story develops. For the moment, we move on. And while Manipur continues to remain on the edge, it's been 80 days now. More and more videos of horror that are emerging from the state. Republic has access to of these videos that are recent from Manipur that show you how 2 youth were tortured and shot dead at point blank range by a group. The videos show that the group had acquired automatic weapons. Those are the pictures on your screens, and of course the gory details have been blurred out, but those are the 2 youth who were shot at point blank range, and after they were murdered, they were pushed into a mass grave. Such is the state in Manipur, where more and more incidents of horror that are now coming to light. Remember, it's been 80 days. But there is still no respite for the common man in the state, as innocents who are being killed. Also, Anirudh, who sent us this report earlier on, let's play that out.
Painful it can be if you know that your loved one have been killed. You have seen the video in which he has been killed, but still you don't know where their bodies are, and without the bodies you have to perform the last rites so that the soul can rest in peace. This incident have happened in Manipur. Right now I am in Sekmaijin area of Kaksing district in Manipur, and as you can see behind me, there are 2 epitaphs. One is of Sagolsem Nagleba Mete and another of Irengbam Sikhegamba Mete. Both of them were brutally captured and then shot dead from point blank range in an unknown, unidentified location. The families of both the victims joins me on this broadcast. Their agony, their pain, the grief that they are going through is unexplainable. हम सबसे पहले आपके पास आना चाहेंगे। सागोल सेम के दूर के रिश्तेदार हैं आप, आपके घर के सभी लोग यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं। क्या कहेंगे, कैसे आप मतलब हम सिर्फ आपके दुख में सहभागी हो सकते हैं? हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, जब आपको पता चला तो कैसे पता चला?
हम लोगों ने पता चला है कि जब वो दोनों लड़का अपना जाति को बचाने के लिए किया था, तभी वो लोग ने हम लोग ढूंढा नहीं मिला। उन लोगों ने वीडियो क्लिप मोबाइल क्लिप में देखा दिया था, तब से पता चला कि उन लोग क्या है कुकी मिलते ने मार दिया गया।
बॉडी अभी तक
तो नहीं मिला है। चीफ मिनिस्टर से बात किया था हम लोग ने, 3 दिन के बाद देने के लिए कहा। 3 दिन के बाद में फिर हम लोग गया था, वो भी नहीं दे सका। उसके बाद 4 दिन और मोहलत दिया है।
अभी कितने दिन हो गए हैं?
अभी तो पुल में क्या शुक्र है, 20 दिन हो गया अभी।
Sagol Sam, who was around 29 years old, is survived by his wife and 2 infant children and a host of family members. On the other hand, we also have the family of Irengbam with us. I would like to come to you. Irengbam was your cousin. Irengbam's father is also here among us. You have told me that first you got to know about the incident when you saw the video. Then the trauma is unexplainable, I know, but still I would like to know, since they went missing on 4th, what were the steps that you have taken and how the family got to know about this entire incident?
Actually, after they have gone for the work for the defending the village, we are calling them again and again, but their phones are already switched off. And we are actually we are in depressed mode, tension mode, because according to the situation of our violent situation this Manipur में, can I speak Hindi also? ये सिचुएशन में हम बहुत टेंस में रह गए थे, इसलिए हमने फ़ोन किया था, मगर फ़ोन भी ऑफ है। हमें उन दोनों से कैसे बात करना है और कैसे कांटेक्ट करना है हम लोगों को पता नहीं चला था, इसलिए हमने जुलाई 5 को उन दोनों को ढूंढने के लिए वहाँ गए थे। वो दोनों ने गए थे पहले, वहाँ पे हमने पुलिस FIR भी किया था और वहाँ के विलेज गांव के आदमी लोगों से भी हमने बताया था। ऐसे हुआ था, हमारा 2 आदमी, मेरा एक फ्रेंड है और मेरा एक कजिन है, वो दोनों लापता हो गए। मगर उन लोगों ने भी बताया था, हम भी कुछ मालूम नहीं, इसलिए हम वहीं पे रुके थे। और एट अराउंड 11 PM 5 जुलाई इसमें एक वीडियो आया था, हमने वीडियो देखा था। इस वीडियो में मेरा दोस्त और मेरा कजिन का ब्रूटल किलिंग का वीडियो आया था, इससे पता चला था।
अभी तक बॉडी नहीं मिला है। हमको बताया गया है कि श्राद्ध बनाने के लिए अंतिम संस्कार के नियम इसी जगह पर किए गए हैं। We can also see the epitaph here in memory of Irengbam as well as Sagol Sem. I'd like to know from you, हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे कि आप लोगों के लिए बहुत तकलीफ हुआ होगा बॉडी ना मिलते हुए, ये अंतिम संस्कार यहाँ पर क्या आप लोगों ने किस तरह से किया गया, ये थोड़ा हमारे दर्शकों के लिए यदि आप आपके दुख को शेयर करेंगे तो।
बॉडी तो नहीं मिला, तो बॉडी की जगह हमने एक पेड़ पांगोंग ट्री इसने बॉडी को रिप्लेस करके, हमारा कल्चर है ये, बॉडी ना मिलने से ये पांगोंग ट्री ने रिप्लेस कर बॉडी जैसा बनाकर दफना दिया है हमने, ऐसे किया है क्रियाक्रम।
अभी आप लोगों सरकार से, भारत सरकार से, मणिपुर सरकार से क्या अपील करना चाहेंगे?
मणिपुर सरकार और भारत सरकार से हमारा अपील ये है कि जल्द से जल्द ये वायलेंस सिचुएशन ख़त्म करना चाहिए और नॉर्मल लॉ एंड ऑर्डर आने के लिए जो करना है कर दीजिए, ऐसे बोलना चाहिए.
As you can see, the video that has emerged, in that video it is clearly visible that gunmen armed with sophisticated automatic firearms had shot both of them from point blank range. The brutality, the inhumanity that the state of Manipur witnessed in the last more than 80 days is unexplainable. We have been witness to the horror incident that has been taking place in the state of Manipur since May 3rd, as Republic is the only channel which is on ground since May 4th. And also, let me tell you that in many instances it is clearly visible that armed gunmen who are armed with sophisticated weapons have crossed all limits of brutality. Justice is for all. Justice is also for the mateys and also for the cookies. But when will the state of Manipur get justice? With video journalist Ashok, I am Anuruddha Bhakat and this is Republic Media Network.
Stepping into a short commercial break, on the other side we get you details. Once a Congress insider, ex-minister who says the Red Diary is a record of Congress's corruption. That and much more on the other side.
The top-ranked Amity B.Tech attracts some of the most brilliant students of India, with alumni working in top companies around the world and earning over 2 crores rupees per annum. To apply, visit amity.edu.
मैं सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं. मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष को चर्चा करने देना नहीं चाहता.
The government says ready for debate, but logjam continues in both houses, adjourned till tomorrow. Amid mega ruckus in face of Aam Aadmi Party, Sanjay Singh suspended for the rest of monsoon session.
हालत अभी भी काफी नाजुक है यहाँ पर. कल भी फायरिंग हुआ है, स्कूल एक जला दिया गया है. स्कूल किसने जलाया?
हमें शक है कि जैसे पहले से होता जा रहा है, मैतेई लिपुन और अरम्बाई तेंगल और उनके आगे जो फोर्स आता है वो हमेशा कमांडो रहता है.
Manipur remains on the edge. Fresh firing in Manipur. Republic gets you the testimonies of the victims.
इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने अपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के.
Red Diary controversy explodes. Sacked Rajasthan minister waves diary on the floor of the assembly.
कहीं न कहीं दाल में कुछ लाल है कि नहीं, काला जरूर है. मैं अशोक गहलोत साहब से पूछना चाहता हूं कि वो लाल डायरी क्या है और उस लाल डायरी को लेकर के सरकार में और माननीय मुखिया जी में इतनी घबराहट क्यों है?
BJP's massive attack on Gehlot government over Red Diary asked Gehlot to clarify alleged links to Congress headquarters.
2 दिन के अंदर इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में इसकी दोबारा हियरिंग होने वाली है और 2 दिन में फिर से इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट ये कॉल देगी कि इसको रोकना है कि नहीं रोकना है. तो ये बहुत ही टेम्पररी इंटरिम इंजंक्शन है और इसकी फुल बहस इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में होगी.
Supreme Court stays ASI survey at Gyanvapi for 2 days, asks Muslim side to approach Allahabad High Court. against the rising atrocities and crimes against women in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, the opposition also staged a protest demanding a discussion on Manipur in the parliament. There was a massive ruckus and sloganeering in both the houses.
प्रश्नकाल हाँ बोलिए हाँ बोलिए बस बैठिए आप मेरी मत कीजिए नो आप
विनम्रता के तहत एक छोटी सी बात रखने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं शुरू के दिन से ही हम ये बोलते आ रहे हैं
Was suspended from Rajya Sabha for the remaining duration of the monsoon session for repeatedly violating the directives of the chair. The stacking of Rajendra Singh Gouda as Rajasthan minister has taken a new turn, with the MLA dropping hints of a red diary containing incriminating evidence details about CM Gehlot.
गहलोत साहब वो डायरी का आधा पार्ट आपने आपके विधानसभा में गुंडागर्दी करके मेरे से छीन लिया और आधा पार्ट मेरे पास अभी और है। इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने आपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के, वो सारी चीजें अभी खुलासा मैं आगे भी करूंगा।
After he was evicted from the House on Monday, Staff Minister Rajendra Gouda prevented from even entering the assembly building by House marshals. Last Friday, he was removed by Gehlot soon after he spoke of alleged assaults against women.
Parliamentarians staged a protest against the rising atrocities and crimes against women in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, the opposition also staged a protest demanding a discussion on Manipur in the parliament. There was massive ruckus and sloganeering in both the houses. In a latest development, senior ministers Rajnath Singh, Prahlad Joshi, Nitin Gadkari and Piyush Goyal have reached out to all opposition parties to end the deadlock. Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh was suspended from Rajya Sabha for the remaining duration of the monsoon session for repeatedly violating the directives of the chair.
Against the rising atrocities and crimes against women in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, the opposition also staged a protest demanding a discussion on Manipur in the parliament. There was a massive ruckus and sloganeering in both the houses.
प्रश्नकाल हाँ बोलिए हाँ बोलिए बस बैठिए आप मेरी मत कीजिए नो आप
विनम्रता के तहत एक छोटी सी बात रखने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं शुरू के दिन से ही हम ये बोलते आ रहे हैं
He was suspended from Rajya Sabha for the remaining duration of the monsoon session for repeatedly violating the directives of the chair. The stacking of Rajendra Singh Gouda as Rajasthan minister has taken a new turn, with the MLA dropping hints of a red diary containing incriminating evidence details about CM Gehlot.
गहलोत साहब वो डायरी का आधा पार्ट आपने आपके विधानसभा में गुंडागर्दी करके मेरे से छीन लिया और आधा पार्ट मेरे पास अभी और है। इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने आपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के, वो सारी चीजें अभी खुलासा मैं आगे भी करूंगा।
After he was evicted from the House on Monday, Staff Minister Rajendra Gouda prevented from even entering the assembly building by House marshals. Last Friday, he was removed by Gehlot soon after he spoke of alleged assaults against women in the state. BJP leaders staged a protest at the Gandhi statue demanding answers from the Gehlot government over the rising crime cases and atrocities against women in Rajasthan.
Rajasthan is asking, what are the black deeds in the red diary? The red diary that Gehlot ji wanted so desperately. The red diary about which Rajendra Guda is talking now. If there were black deeds of corruption of thousands of crores in Rajasthan, or the black deeds of saving criminals and rapists, which was done by Rajasthan government, only the person who was desperate for this diary knows what is there in this diary.
Meanwhile, in a development in the investigation into Manipur barbarism, Manipur police said that 14 people have been identified from a video of two women who were stripped and paraded. Police said that the action has been initiated to arrest them. Already 6 people have been arrested in this case. 2 months after Seema Haider entered India illegally, a similar case has surfaced. A married woman of Indian nationality, Anju, travelled to Pakistan from Delhi to meet Pakistani national. However, unlike Seema, who sneaked into India without any travel papers, Anju was granted entry into Pakistan by the authorities on the basis of a valid visa. A blast has been reported in a shop in Haryana's Yamunanagar, causing panic across the city. The police has begun an investigation. The cause behind the explosion is still being ascertained.
The top-ranked Amity BTech attracts some of the most brilliant students of India who get global exposure at the 5-week study abroad program at Amity's global campuses at no additional tuition fee. To apply, visit amity.edu.
मैं सदन में चर्चा के लिए तैयार हूं। मुझे मालूम नहीं है कि विपक्ष क्यों चर्चा करने देना नहीं चाहता।
The government says ready for debate, but logjam continues in both houses. Adjourned till tomorrow. Amid mega ruckus and face-off, Aam Aadmi Party Sanjay Singh suspended for the rest of monsoon session.
हालत अभी भी काफ़ी नाजुक है यहाँ पर। कल भी फायरिंग हुआ है, स्कूल एक जला दिया गया है। स्कूल किसने जलाया?
हमें शक है कि जैसे पहले से होता जा रहा है, मैतेई लिपुन और अरम्बाई तेंगल और उनके आगे जो फोर्स आता है वो हमेशा कमांडो रहता है।
Manipur remains on the edge. Fresh firing in Manipur. Republic gets you the testimonies of the victims.
इस पार्ट के अंदर आपके सारे काले कारनामे जो लोगों ने अपने विधायकों को खरीदा, किस किस एमएलए को राज्यसभा में आपने निर्दलीयों को क्या क्या दिया, किस किस को प्रलोभन दिया, क्रिकेट के चुनाव में आपने क्या क्या काले कारनामे किए पैसे दे दे के।
Red diary controversy explodes. Sacked Rajasthan minister waves diary on the floor of the assembly.
कहीं न कहीं दाल में कुछ लाल है कि नहीं, काला जरूर है। मैं अशोक गहलोत साहब से पूछना चाहता हूं कि वो लाल डायरी क्या है और उस लाल डायरी को लेकर के सरकार में और माननीय मुखिया जी में इतनी घबराहट क्यों है?
BJP's massive attack on Gehlot government over red diary asked Gehlot to clarify alleged links to Congress headquarters.
2 दिन के अंदर इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में इसकी दोबारा हियरिंग होने वाली है और 2 दिन में फिर से इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट ये कॉल देगी कि इसको रोकना है कि नहीं रोकना है। तो ये बहुत ही टेम्पररी इंटरिम इंजंक्शन है और इसकी फुल बहस इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट में होगी।
Supreme Court stays ASI survey at Gyanvapi for 2 days, asks Muslim side to approach Allahabad High Court. Against the rising atrocities and crimes against women in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, the opposition also staged a protest demanding a discussion on Manipur in the parliament. There was a massive ruckus, a sloganeering in both the houses.
प्रश्नकाल हाँ बोलिए हाँ बोलिए बस बैठिए आप मेरी मत कीजिए नो आप
विनम्रता की तहत एक छोटी सी बात रखने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं शुरू के दिन से ही हम ये बोलते आ रहे हैं
Was suspended from Rajya Sabha for the remaining duration of the monsoon session for repeatedly violating the directives of the chair. The sacking of Rajendra Singh Gouda as Rajasthan minister has taken a new turn, with the MLA dropping hints of a red diary containing incriminating evidence details about CM Gehlot.